Hello fellow soldiers and welcome to our new weapon guide. In today's video, we'll be talking about a carbine that was by far the hardest to master and make work properly, the M277. In the first and the biggest part of the video, we'll test all the attachments side by side and discuss them. In the second part, I'll give you my thoughts and some tips for leveling and about the weapon overall. In the third part, I'll give you two main builds that I found to be the best and most efficient for this mighty carbine, and one strange bonus build. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Before we continue, I wanted to say a quick thanks to all of you guys for your support. It matters a lot and is the best motivation for me to improve and make more content. Thank you all, and I hope these videos are helpful and enjoyable, as I want you to have fun in this game. Now, let's move on to the testing part. Alright, the M277. This weapon is different. When I started leveling it up, I hated it and was constantly enraged. It hits like a truck, but the recoil is monstrous. 20 bullets are almost never enough with this type of recoil, and it was not very accurate while spraying. It was one hell of an experience. But this was true only until around level 28, when I unlocked the blue laser. By that time, I had played enough to get used to this weapon and unlock most of the needed attachments. This gun is very hard to use after something like COD or SG553R, but man, if you master this one, it will disintegrate your enemies. As I said earlier, I hated it at first and had a feeling that I was fighting the weapon itself and not my enemies, but right now I actually quite like it. This is a weapon that takes 4 bullets to kill and has no damage fall off at least up to 80 meters range. It doesn't want you to spray all day long and makes burst firing a must at longer ranges. Now let's start testing attachments side by side and look at direct comparison of all of them, starting with brakes. The first one is without a muzzle at all, as a starting point for us. The 5-point single port brake is doing okay. The 10-point double port brake is worse than the previous one for some reason. The 20-point compensated brake is the best here for recoil control. The 10-point linear converter is bad for vertical recoil here, but it strengthens the spray pattern heavily. If you can deal with vertical recoil, it makes the M277 way easier to control, as its main flaws are horizontal recoil and sway. Overall, if you want to use brakes for better recoil control, the 20-point compensated brake and the linear converter are the choices here. Moving on to suppressors. Suppressors are a superior pick for most weapons in the game, as they give big advantages to the minimap and 3D spotting. And it's fair to say that they passively improve your survivability. But the M277 has monstrous sway and recoil, so the superiority of suppressors is questionable here, though they are still good for some types of playstyles. Let's look at direct comparison. The 10-point flash hider is actually good, and this is one of the weapons I can totally recommend using it on. The 20-point standard suppressor is okay. The 25-point long suppressor is the best in terms of vertical recoil here. The 30-point CQB suppressor is junk as always. The 30-point lightened suppressor makes the spray pattern a bit strange and is not worth it in my opinion. Overall, the flash hider and long suppressor are the best choices in this section. Alright, now for vertical grips. I believe this is a must-have attachment for this gun specifically, as it gives the most benefits to recoil control, which we are fighting against. Let's look at direct comparison. The 10-point folding vertical grip is our starting point. The 20-point low vertical grip is too small of an improvement. The 20-point ribbed vertical grip is worse than the previous one. The 25.6H64 vertical grip is very decent. And the 35-point classic vertical grip gives us the most recoil control boost. As we can see, only the 25.6H64 and 35-point classic vertical grips are worth using. Moving to stubbies. This weapon is very hungry for points, so I don't think stubbies are worth using due to their high cost. But anyway, here is the direct comparison. Okay, so the 20-point folding stubby is our starting point. The 30-point ripped stubby is not worth it. The 30-point canted stubby is okay. The 35-point steepled stubby is doing great for its additional 5 points. The 45-point low-profile stubby doesn't prove anything. If you really want to use stubbies, I can recommend only the 35-point steepled stubby here. Other stubbies are not worth using at all. Perfect! We have tested the main categories of attachments side by side and have gathered some useful information. And now it's the time to make the direct comparison of what we have chosen in each section for both the muzzle and underbarrel weapon slots. Let's look at the muzzle slot comparison first. For the muzzle section, we can clearly see the difference now. The compensated brake is still the best for vertical recoil. The linear converter straightens the spray pattern the most. The flash hider costs only 10 points and does very well. And the long suppressor is very usable too. This shows us pretty clear that we can use whatever we actually want here, as every attachment gives us some benefits. Now let's compare underbarrels. I've additionally added the slim angle grip here because it shows very good results on many weapons and is the only angle grip worth using. Well, we can see it. I cannot recommend using the slim angle grip even with its benefits for any build other than pushing or fast-paced close quarters builds. It lacks control. The 35-point stubby is not worth it. The 25-point vertical grip is very good for its cost. And last but not least, the 35-point classic vertical grip is the best in terms of vertical recoil control. Overall, these three are the choices for an underbarrel section and are very usable. Moving on to other attachments, we'll be quick here. All remaining angle grips do not provide us with anything that vertical grips or stubbies don't. Talking about lasers, they follow the same rules for all the weapons. You can forget about 10-point red laser. Both green lasers and the 20-point blue laser are very good. The 30-point blue laser improvements are not worth 10 more points. Your choice should be between the green lasers for better hip fire and the 20-point blue laser for better aim down sights accuracy while moving. In the barrel section, the basic barrel is a start. The heavy barrel is used for better accuracy. The extended barrel is used for more muzzle velocity. The heavy extended barrel improves both accuracy and muzzle velocity at the cost of ADS transfer time. And the light barrel improves ADS accuracy while moving. In most cases, the heavy extended barrel is the best choice. Grip pods make you an easy target due to being immobile. They are not worth using. The magazine section choice depends on the build. For the M277, I totally recommend using the 25-bodied mag, if you can. Ammo type, for the M277 it's not worth taking anything but standard ammo. The trigger in the ergonomics section is very debatable for this gun. We'll get back to it later. An additional sight is useless, as it is for almost all weapons. Okay, that was a lot of information and testing. Let's make a quick summary. For the muzzle section for the M277 specifically, the best choices are the compensated brake, linear converter, flash hider, and long suppressor. What to choose differs with your playstyle. If you want to push, play aggressively, and prefer fast-paced gameplay, you definitely need a suppressor or flash hider. If you want to play a bit more accurately and tactically, or engage in fights at longer range, you should take a breaker converter for the muzzle slot, as this gun really needs it. Moving to the underbarrel section, I really recommend using either the 25-point or 35-point vertical grips. They made my own experience with the M277 way better and more effective, even with downsides like ADS transfer time or movement speed while ADSing. But if you play mostly close quarters, the slim angle grip is usable too. The M277 can be a very effective weapon, but it takes time. I personally both hated and then liked playing with it. Is this weapon for everybody? Definitely not. But I can honestly say, give it a chance at least. Alright, the second part of the video, tips for the weapon and progression while leveling. Tip number 1. Have fun. This weapon can make you hate it, but wait for a bit. It will definitely give you a fun and emotional experience. Tip number 2. You definitely need time and practice with it to start working properly. This gun feels way different. Tip number 3. This weapon has monstrous recoil and I strongly recommend you to level it up using vertical grips and a suppressor or converter. Tip number 4. This is not a laser gun by any means. It can be very accurate with the right attachments, but do not rely on it early on. Tip number 5. My biggest mistake was that I hated playing with this gun right from the start and was biased negatively. Do not repeat my mistake. It won't help you make it work or have a fun experience. Okay, moving on to the third part of the video, the build section. Build number 1. Anaconda. This one is for silence lovers. It lacks in longer range fights but is pretty good for close quarter engagements. It is most suitable for a push and play style. Let's start with the build. In the sight section, as always, you can use anything that you like. For the muzzle, we take the 25-point long suppressor. Next, we need the 25-point slim angle grip for its benefits. For the laser, we take the 20-point green laser to improve our hipfire accuracy, as we are going to push. For the barrel, we take the 10-point extended heavy barrel for muzzle velocity and additional accuracy. If you want more bullets for a better feeling on the front line, you can switch the suppressor with a flash hider and take the 25 bullet mag. It is optional, but I prefer the suppressor as I believe the sound makes a big difference to close targets that don't see you. I found this build to be the most balanced if you really want the benefits of a suppressor or flash hider. It's not my personal choice, but it's viable. Build number 2. Cobra. Playing with this weapon, I found that I needed recoil and sway control way more than the benefits of suppressors, and this build was way more effective for my playstyle. You can definitely feel any roll with it, but you need to be a bit more accurate. It does not forgive any mistakes. Let's start with the build. For the sight, take what you want here. Next, we need the 10-point linear converter for the best horizontal recoil and sway control. For the underbarrel, we want to take the 25-point vertical grip. After that, we take the heavy extended barrel for more muzzle velocity and additional accuracy. For the laser slot, we choose the 20-point blue laser to improve our accuracy even more. As our last attachment, we choose the 25 bullet mag for obvious reasons. With this build, the M277 becomes very precise and way easier to control. I found this one to be the most efficient and I had the best results with it, especially playing the new Gauntlet mode. This weapon is unique. Of course, the choice of the build depends on your preferences and playstyle, but for my personal push and playstyle, I prefer the second one more. Bonus build, one tapper. This one is made purely for fun and testing, as I saw many comments on YouTube and the internet about this weapon saying that it's most efficient when you switch to semi-auto mode and use it like a DMR. Suitable only for second lane and supportive playstyles. For the sight, I recommend taking the thermal sight, as we don't need to put any points to laser. For more one-tapping power, we take the match trigger. Next, we need the 10-point flash hider. For the underbarrel, we want to take the 25-point vertical grip. After that, we take the heavy extended barrel. As our last attachment, we choose the 10-point fast mag, because why not? Can you play with this build? Yes. Can you be effective? I think yes, but not as effective as with other builds. Can you make kill records with it? Definitely not. Is it better than simply using a DMR? Of course not. You just can't outperform a DMR with one tapping assault rifle under the same conditions. Can it be fun? Sure, yes. But use this one at your own risk. And that's it for this video. I hope it was useful and helpful for you. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, press that like and subscribe buttons for future content. See you next time. Bye bye.